Welcome into DC On Screen, a podcast about the DC Universe properties being brought to film and television. I'm your host, David C. Robertson, and this, Mommy's first little monster, Jason.
Hello.
Alright, we are getting into a spoiler-filled review of Gotham 2x07, Mommy's Little Monster. What did you think about this episode, man?
Oh, so many things happened that needed to happen.
Right?
It was a lot of the stuff we were bitching about just recently, saying, "Oh my God, please get rid of this. Please get rid of that." Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama Pingers is gone.
Mama Pingers.
Butch is back.
I kind of wish she was still around so I could keep referring to her as Mama Pingers.
Well, we'll long remember the legacy of Mama Pingers.
Right. The terrible legacy.
Yeah, Penguin's going to go from I want my mommy to you killed my mommy, which will still be more fun.
And yeah, Butch is back, man. I'm excited about that. I'm actively excited about Butch being...
sentient.
Yeah. Or, in control or whatever you want to say. I don't think they've ever said his last name as much as they've said it in this last episode, though. Like, they're like, give me Gilzine, and I'm like, who?
Right.
Oh, right, that's Butch.
Oh, Butch. Gotcha.
I don't know why they suddenly changed over to his last name. But
I don't know. Cops in TV shows have to call people by their last names.
Speaking of cops and TV shows, I have to say this because I'll forget. There's so much in this freaking episode. But, in this episode, like, Jim finally starts to, like, get suspicious of Theo Galavan and then realizes that he's a piece of shit.
Right.
But, he's talking to Harvey in the car, and he looks over at Bullock, and he goes, I don't know, do you trust Galavan, or do you think we can trust him or something? And Bullock just looks over and goes, questions like that are above my pay grade and below my sense of wonder. I love Harvey so much.
I know. I liked his little line later. Guys like Galavan are born on third base. Stealing home for them is basically a birthright.
Yeah, that was good too, man.
It was a good line.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we missed Harvey. Thank you so much, writers.
Yeah.
It was I needed some FaceTime with Donald. I did.
Yeah, and, one of our problems with the show has been the ill-defined brainwashing, but at least they said
its mere existence was enough. But then relying on it that much and not even really dealing with it, it was bad. The whole thing.
Yeah. But Tabitha at least said that there was a trigger word involved, and the trick was just making Butch remember it. So
right.
That's kind of awesome.
And it works for me. I don't care. It's over. It's over.
That was my favorite part of it, too.
Right. And Butch, he came back just as cold as he's been, when he needed to be on the show. Just shoot him. Yeah. Okay. Boom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Butch being back. Now, I predicted it last week, at least, when I said that they were going to kill, what was it, Mama Pingers?
Mama Pingers.
How we said it now?
Yeah.
Mama Pingers. That Penguin would go on a murderous raid.
Murderous matricidal revenge.
Mm-hmm. Now, that bitch was delusional even in death.
Yeah, she was.
She doesn't even know that she's dying. She's like, oh, you've always been such a good boy, Oswald. Right. And I'm like, this asshole just got you stabbed in the back.
Right.
Oh, I'm so proud. Do not be sad.
Yeah.
What is happening to you?
She died like she lived. Whiny and strange.
But as soon as she died, and Penguin said, I'm going to kill you. I'm like, yes. That was awesome, man.
Yeah. When he said that line, I thought, he's back.
Okay, so...
Then they embark on, Gotham versus the Penguin. That was pretty good. I like the entire police department versus Penguin.
Yes, when I realized that all of Penguin's goons were dressed like Penguin, I was so happy.
I clapped. I actually clapped. I mean, it was a good trick, good scene.
I felt like this episode was a true return to the Penguin that I was watching in season 1.
Right.
Like I was very excited to see this guy.
Yeah, I missed
back
him.
in action. Yeah.
I wasn't digging just watching the whole emotional backstory with him and Mom. I didn't care. But this, the the crazy murderous psychopath. I missed him.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Silver St. Cloud is terrible.
I wrote a note on her. I just a little sticky note here. Just Silver is just 100% terrible. That's the exact words.
Yeah,
the exact words. She's awful. Actually, I've seen her recently on. Girlfriend started watching Goldberg's. I'd never seen it. It's too much 80s for me. I can't just do it. But she's not much better there, but more believable.
She is just the epitome of like. She's just preteen Melrose Place. I don't know. I feel bad about saying bitch again, but that's how they always dubbed all of the women on the Melrose Place spots. So
no, it actually. I think the way they designed her character was they took all of the remaining copies of Mean Girls, melted them down, and reformed them into whatever this creature is.
Right. You remember, like, did you ever see, like, you remember the spots on Fox that they used to run from Melrose Place, like the original Melrose Place back in the day, and, like, every few episodes, like, Heather Locklear would come back, and it would be like, the bitch is back.
Yeah, I have a few grainy memories of that, yeah. Grainy, not well enough tracked memories of that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what came to mind. It was like, oh, a little mini Heather Locklear.
Right.
Like, there's no part of me that wants that in Gotham.
No. I'm hoping she's in and out.
Yeah. I don't like where this is going.
I don't often find myself wishing for the death of even a fictional 15-year-old, but I can dig it.
Well, the Bruce and Alfred storylines are often a sanctuary for me on this show. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I want is for Silver St. Cloud to start mucking that up.
Well put. Yeah, well, I mean, we haven't been excited about her at any point on this journey. I mean, since she was cast, since they were mentioned they were doing a Silver St. Cloud, none of it, weren't happy, weren't interested. So maybe we're biased because that's how it came in, but I don't think so.
Right. Then again, maybe Silver is just, for us, a projection of impulse.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
very highly.
I guess she's there.
Yeah. I'm almost sure we can find other people that have reviewed her poorly. She just detracts. That's all she is. She's a wedge, both between me and the scenes that I would actually like to see, and between the characters and what they need to actually be doing. She's wasted time. And
that is perfect because that is basically how I feel about current Nigma.
I know.
And I'm kind of really excited that his particular projection of impulse, as he put it, has now taken over.
Yeah. Or at least they compromised. Okay, you can have this part of the brain, we'll share.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't care. He's a serial killer now, and couldn't be more excited about that. I even like the little, I know it's a slightly cheap camera trick, but they did a good job with the sound editing on that last scene. Mm-hmm. Kind of gave it a little bit of extra credence for me.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
sound
slurry.
Editing.
It's slurry and schizophrenic. Kind of
yeah,
fun.
I even liked that they clearly kind of had him on a green screen or whatever it was, and like had the other Enigma walking around him and like buzzing in and out, like with like sometimes it would look like old burnt footage or something. I kind of like that.
Right.
I kind of like that too. Like
it is. It's intentionally all over the place. I enjoyed it. I really did. I mean, along his journey, like I riddling himself. That was the first time where I thought, he's just, okay, this will be fun. That's a question mark on that dude's pillow. Okay.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud when I saw Ladyfingers was the snack they'd focused on.
Yeah.
That was a good touch. That was a good touch, cool Enigma.
Yeah, the hand in the vending machine wasn't... Gotham tends to do that thing where they're dark, they're gritty, and you're like, okay, and then they go like one step too far, and you're like, and we're watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
If I wanted to watch Scream Queens, I'd be over there right now, damn it. But no.
I've heard that's really good. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Brandon says it's
I don't want to
hilarious.
judge it because I've only walked in and out of a room and seen a glimpse, but I didn't stop in the room. It's out of context. I can't be sure.
So Harvey Dent is back. We have both Harveys.
We do. Well, 3
I'm
Harveys if
excited
you do it right.
You shut up. You know that's not happening yet.
Not yet. Clearly not yet. Like he's just a DA, man. Just a guy with a job. They brought him in to. It's almost like they brought him in to remind you, and we have him too.
It is a little like that, but it's kind of awesome that he's so ridiculously on board the whole Theo Galavan train.
And something that I think will show up is a person that feels that good about martial law may be the kind of person who you want to keep an eye on later.
Exactly. That's the first thing I thought. It was like, oh man, Harvey's on board this? That's awesome.
That's gonna show up later. That's a personality trait I should track.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty... I'm kind of really loving this. Like, Gordon got everything he wanted, and now is completely blowing up in his face.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was earlier when Theo's walking away and he kind of gives him the, remember you came to me line.
Oh, I love that. I actually wrote that line down.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was. Not nearly as good as... I really loved that little scene at the end. The little quick guy. What he put it? I thought you were going to go after the monsters. Yeah, and I decided I'm going to start with you. Mm-hmm. Big words. Desperate times.
Indeed.
I was down. It's another... There's so many endings to Gotham where you hear the... Yeah, this is another one, but I'm down. It is. It's a Western sometimes, but...
And you know what? You saying that made me realize what I kind of don't like about the show and what I've been having issues with, like how to perfectly explain it. It's a damn Quentin Tarantino movie.
It does share some features. It does.
I think that's it.
There's significantly less blood.
Really?
Yeah. So far.
I just watched a heel go through a dude's throat.
I know.
I'm not sure that's true anymore.
I know, but you can't make it, If I took any quarter sample of Kill Bill and put it versus this entire series, I think the corn syrup count goes on Kill Bill's side.
Yeah, you're right. There is more gushering of blood in Quentin Tarantino.
One of the reasons I can never watch him. I really could.
It's not quite just his stuff. Kill Bill was the turning point, I think. But
I had turned well before that.
Before he jumped the shark in every other possible
I turned somewhere
way.
around 4 rooms, man.
Oh, God, 4 rooms. I mean, his room was the only good one.
I was done.
This is Cristal. Everything else is piss.
Right.
His room was my favorite. It's the only good one.
There weren't any good ones for me. Anyway,
yeah.
Back to the actual show.
Mm-hmm. I did laugh when Butch started his own crew.
I did, and then I laughed harder when they abandoned him.
I did too.
They shuffled. They scuttled away. You almost hear the like, whoop 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 whoop.
Except they were all going, "Sorry, Butch."
Yeah. I really was. When they locked him up, I was hoping. Come on, surely you locked up that hand for a reason. Let's make sure Butch gets out of this. I don't want a dead Butch on my hands.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know that he had that.
They did not. They're going to have to add that to his dossier.
I love that too because Bullock just looks over and goes, "Well, that's new." But as soon as they saw, as we come in and the camera pans over, and we see those gigantic machine guns. I was like, "Oh, we're going to use those in a second, aren't we?"
Yeah.
And that's when Gotham became a Rambo movie. And about this point, you guys, I have been bitching this entire time. The entire time we've been doing this show, I've been bitching that Gotham is a freaking cartoon.
Uh-huh.
That scene, I'm pretty sure just got me on board. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be a cartoon, and I'm going to enjoy it as I do the Rambo movies. I own all the Rambo movies.
It proved your thesis and got you onto an entirely, and you were on board at the same time. I was confused myself, because I watched it thinking, wow, really? But no, here we are. Yeah. I was surprised that's what got you. But hey, did you notice this? It's if you see more of these walls, they do the little between, Bullock looking through the blinds at everyone standing out there shot.
Mm-hmm.
Graffiti on the wall left to him. Ha 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 ha. All down the wall.
Oh.
People, I'm assuming it's part of the stabby crowd. That's
yeah. No, I didn't notice that.
Throwing up ha ha ha's all everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
It's a
I'll have
quickie.
to go back and look at that.
It's a quickie.
Wow. But yeah, there was something. I mean, the stabby ha 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 stuff from that episode is still patently poor.
It's bad.
Like, it is bad.
It's bad.
But, you know, at the same time, I own all of the Rambo movies, and I own all the Rocky movies, and I own all of the Die Hard movies. And I stick up for the last few Die Hard movies. They were bad, but I'm just saying they were as bad as the others. So,
yeah,
this is a very specific type of movie that I enjoy when it's, you know, when I know that it's going to be that way. And now it's just like I have to just assume that Gotham is going to be that.
Yeah.
For me to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I can get behind it as long as I know
that
you guys aren't trying to make this at all realistic.
No, I think we've lost the thread of believability that they were trying to build in. And I'm not ever sure if it was really there. When I look back on it.
Yeah.
It almost seems like they were telling very terrestrial stories before and they hadn't gotten around to, you know, this. Just hadn't gotten to it yet because we were doing the Baroni Falcone stuff.
Oh, no.
Or I'm sorry,
I
Falcone.
can tell you.
Are they the ones? No, that's Batman.
It's Falcone. It's Falcone.
Yeah, I forgot. Now, it's Nolan films that can't read.
Right. Now, Bullock, as much as I love him, and this has been something they've been throwing in the mouths of characters beloved and hated, I guess, since the beginning of the show, and I wish they'd stop right the hell now. Bullock in this episode says, nobody's telling the truth. This is Gotham. Do we need the constant reiteration that this is Gotham?
I mean,
like, I'm sick of that.
Really?
Like, it was fun. Yeah, I mean,
I
it was kind of fun
when it out. I mean, you're right.
When Penguin,
they do keep using
when Penguin
it,
was like, when Penguin was like, this is Gotham. You can find assassins under A, you know, or in the phone book under A.
Right.
Okay, that was kind of cute. That was funny, but he didn't have to say Gotham. You know, but they keep going, nothing's simple in Gotham. This is Gotham. Like, shut up. We know what it is. We know where we are. It's the name of the damn show.
Yeah, you're almost staring at like the Rick and Morty, 100 Years Rick and Morty, rickandmorty.com.
I swear to God, if Bullock looks over and goes, #Gotham,
I'm waiting for him to do it now, as a joke. He's just someone's going to lie to Jim, and Jim's going to look surprised, and Bullock's just going to slump his head and go, dude, #Gotham. I'm sorry. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, and by the way, when I say I'm out, I'm just mean intellectually. I'll still watch it. It's going to hurt, but I
think we can all agree that hashtags don't really maybe have a place in this show. I think that's fair.
We just watched a mayoral acceptance speech or whatever on a black and white television.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Didn't you still love Zaz? I've enjoyed him.
I do enjoy Zaz.
I think I'm looking forward to them doing something major with him, and I hope that's in the future. I really do. He's been a lot of fun. After all the shooting, I'll take that as a no. Well done. Well done.
All right. So when the Penguins infiltrated the the acceptance party or whatever, like the big party at the end.
What are
I don't know why,
called?
but I
flocks. A march.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever the portal of Penguin is.
Pingwai?
Surely it's got a thing. A school? A flight?
When they
a murder.
Okay. Stop. When they all go in though, I really enjoyed like the slow motion killing of so many old rich white people. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but I'm just like watching old rich white women like getting shot and flailing like ridiculously as they fall. I don't know why that was so funny to me. I had to rewind it though. I had.
It just seemed out of context for an action film thing.
Yeah, it was. It was just like
caught
the crosshairs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It made me laugh so much.
I didn't laugh out loud, but yeah, it was weird looking.
The way they were flailing.
It was something about the way they kind of flopped down.
I actually did. I wrote down, guns are fun.
That's what you got out of this episode.
That can't be a good message.
It can't. I didn't feel bad for it. Like, who would show up at this party?
Right?
What would possess you to be like, no, this is clearly going to be safe. We'll hit this up. No big deal.
Like, you can almost imagine, like, you don't understand. This is going to be the social event of the season. I don't care how many people have tried to kill him so far.
Mm-hmm. If we don't go, we might as well drop dead. Right.
Did it seem like to you that they just interchanged Barbara for Silver in this episode, though?
Yeah. There has to be just a poorly written blonde somewhere in the script.
Yeah. And also, I don't like how Theo is kind of... It sounds like he's deep dicking her, too, man.
I'm tired. I'm so tired of them. I'm so fucking tired of the dynamics of that family. I need a shower when they're done fucking filming.
Mm-hmm.
I watch their scenes, and then I go take a hot shower and scrub really hard, and then I come back and try to finish the show.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I don't have anything else on Gotham. Do you?
Well, they're down another ensign, you mentioned.
Yeah.
Something else I learned, if I ever am at a high society party in Gotham, or really any gathering of any kind, I'm standing as near to Gordon and Bullock as I possibly can, because they come out of this all the time. They're fine. At least stand near Gordon. Like, he may be a failure of children everywhere, but he's great in a fight. Great
Jim
in a
Gordon,
firefight.
Failure of children. Oh man, that's one thing. When Penguin's like he does. By the way, Robin Lord Taylor does a great job as he's explaining to Jim that Theo killed his mother.
Right, and they actually do sound like friends for a second. I know
they
it's
do.
Weird context, but Jim actually feels bad for him. You can tell, like, Penguin's not even trying to manipulate him anymore. He's just telling him, Jim, they killed me. Like, he's just telling him his actual emotion. It was weird. Kind of liked it.
Yeah. And when he says he killed my mother, Gordon goes, "I know."
Yeah.
And freaking Galavan kind of jumps and looks up like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. His eyes got, He was visibly taken aback. I enjoyed that. I really did. I wish Tigers hadn't interrupted that scene. I wish very much so.
Yeah, I read some comment where someone said, "For God's sake, just give Jim Gordon the Batman suit already."
Right. Hey, now that's that's perfectly in canon if they do it right now. So,
right.
Go forth. I got to the very end of that episode though, as Penguin's telling him, "If you kill me, you'll never know what his plan is." I thought, thank God someone knows what his damn plan is.
Yeah.
Of course it's Pingers, but at least someone knows. Were you afraid? Were you afraid Leslie was about to get killed there for a second?
No. I didn't even think about it, honestly.
Really? Well, you were supposed to be thinking about it. You were supposed to be worried for her mortal soul and not, in the back of your mind aware that she has a full season contract.
No, man, I'll be honest. I was just sitting there with a big shit-eating grin on my face.
Why?
I don't know, man. I was just enjoying it.
Just enjoying.
I was just like,
Enigma squirming.
All right. Let's see what happens.
He's a killer now. Let's see where this goes.
Man, they finally killed off Penguin's mom. After that, I was pretty happy.
You felt like everything else in the episode was going to be gravy, right?
Not necessarily. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, but I was going to enjoy it.
Okay. No trust whatsoever. That's how bad. I'm watching it thinking, cool. Well, this is a good turn. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this episode is going to be a win based on that alone. You're thinking, I'm going to enjoy the few minutes before they disappoint me.
Well, no, I'm not sure Gotham can disappoint me at this point.
Oh.
I don't think it can ever again.
I think that might be actually a win for you as far as your enjoyment level.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they're going to be able to do that's going to really disappoint me is bore me. And I feel like that's going to be heavily in the Silver St. Cloud area at this point. As long as they keep Selina in there, I'm going to really enjoy that.
Yeah, poor cat.
I know. But what was it?
What are they going to...
Selina said, boy, this soup is a real slap in the face, Alfred.
This flavor is a real slap in the face or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like she cuts right through the crap later. I enjoyed that. There's going to be a touching scene later where Bruce...
No, except she doesn't cut through the crap.
Well, she tried.
No, she didn't.
What? What are you talking about?
All Selina ever had to say to Bruce is, she threatened me. Bruce, with his big doe eyes, would have looked over at Silver and gone, is it true? And he would have seen that Silver is lying. He would know.
Possibly.
But Selina didn't say anything, because she's got her trash, and she left.
No, she went straight for the, I can't believe you're buying this act kind of thing. I was worried it was going to be something that she just never said. No, she at least said it before she got kicked out. And inevitably, Bruce will come back and apologize for not realizing who his true friends are.
Yeah, and by the way, if I was Bruce, I would have walked out the second I walked into Galavan's house and Silver come down those stairs and said, I knew you'd come. I
don't think I like where this is
Nope.
heading. I'm heading back home.
Nope. You just told me that I acted just like you thought I would. No, okay. I'm not a puppet. Bye.
Right.
I have not had many long-lasting relationships.
I wondered though, was like, well, I mean, Batman is traditionally single.
As he should be.
Yeah, and you kind of watch the scene, like him just standing between the lying ass Silver and the socially dysfunctional Selina, and thinking, well, that's probably where that comes from.
Well, the last people who had a good relationship in his life got murdered in front of him.
Right. It's not boding well.
Lois and Clark, who got retconned. So
right.
I mean, what do you do?
Now, somewhere somewhere in Gotham right now, somebody's about to head to the university and take a few classes and eventually be qualified for therapy and make a ton of money off this Bruce in the future.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Or he could just be Batman, who doesn't require therapy.
Let's hope for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for this kid to be Batman now.
Yeah, I could deal with it.
I've said that over and over again.
Little Bat kid running around the city.
Yeah, Batmite.
That might happen.
Bat Lad, something.
I like Bat Lad. The wee bat.
Right. The wee bat. Mm-hmm. Instead of the Dark Knight, he's the wee knight.
Mm-hmm. If he's a Star Wars fan, maybe Padawan.
No. Pat-a-bat.
Pat-a-bat?
Instead of Padawan, Pat-a-bat. All right, I'm gonna call the episode. That is gonna do it for this episode of DC on Screen. We are a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, or DCOnScreen.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave us some 5-star reviews and whatnot. That kind of stuff really helps us out a lot. And if you would be interested in a Marvel podcast that's very similar to ours, go check out our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe Podcast or MCUcast.com. We're going to be back later on this week with reviews of The Flash. We're going to be back with Arrow, the Constantine episode, and some news. And oh man, we've got a Supergirl episode, Stronger Together. It's going to be a lot of fun this week. So yeah, until then, keep some DC on your screen.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.